It's Friday. I'm out walking. Believe it or not. You guys, it's kind of a rough week. I'm on antibiotics this week, and my stomach has been jacked. So I'm on really strong antibiotics for my finger that I won't show you a close-up of. I am airing it out this morning because despite what we were taught growing up, you do want air to get to your sutures. I don't know, we always kept Neosporin on it with a Band-Aid when I was growing up. You actually need to air out stuff. So we're walking. I have so much to do today that I wasn't going to go walking. And then I was like, no, let's try to start it off correctly. I've been tracking all week, but you guys, I've used all my weeklies plus some. I have this constant feeling in my stomach like I'm hungry, but I think it's the antibiotics. And then I just feeling chunky. I was listening to Chasing Cupcakes on Audible per your guys' recommendation. Good book. I'm only a little bit into it right now. So I found all my Points Plus stuff. And you guys know I'm not a Points Plus fan, but I promised a review. And then I thought it would be kind of fun to do a week on it because I've never done Points Plus ever. I tried it out back when they switched to it, I think in 2011. And I quickly went back to Momentum. And then lots of other things happened. So April says, I'm feeling chunky too. I mean, I'm feeling really bloated. Look at this. Well, I also have this weird headband on, so that's not helping things. But I didn't even get on the scale this morning because I thought that's counterproductive because I am going to weigh in tomorrow, and it doesn't really matter what the scale says. We're working on healthy habits, and one of them for me is going to my meeting and weighing in no matter what. So we just continue to push on, guys. I'm telling you, I really have to make this a lifestyle and not stress about the ups and downs, because when you watch people like Sandy, my friend Sandy, she just continues on, and look at her. She looks great. And it's been a process for her. So I'm looking to my mentors that keep going no matter what. They keep going to meetings, they keep weighing in, and they keep tracking, even when you have funky weeks. Peso Matthews, I hope I said your name wrong. You're thinking about going back to Arsa. I hope I said your name wrong. I hope I said your name right. You're thinking about going back to meetings. Yeah, this will be my third week back to physical meetings, and I've tried to just set small goals for myself. The first one was tracking. Well, actually, the first one was going back to meetings, and then tracking, and now I'm really trying not to eat all my weeklies, and I've had some stress eating, just weird. I could tell that my habits are just not what they were. So this is my fourth walk of the week, and that was my goal. Sorry, I keep showing my finger. Fourth walk of the week. And my goal was 3. So I made my goal +1. So that makes me really happy and proud of myself just to get back into it. And I will tell you, I feel better. My hips feel better. I'm not as stiff. I was having some hip pain 3 weeks ago, and it's gone. So I think just changing my diet up, drinking water, walking, losing just 5 pounds has made a difference. Isn't that crazy? So anyway, all good things. But I thought it'd be really funny to do a week on Points Plus. Of course, I would still double track because I wanted to give Blue a whole month. So this will be my last week on freestyle. And then I will determine if I'm going to stay on it or go back to green, because you guys know I love green. Green is my jam, but this has been fun to try to get myself back into the groove of things. But I thought it would be fun to go over to iTrack Bites and try out Points Plus for you guys and give you a review. So one of the things I didn't love about Points Plus when we switched, number one, I remember all the points going up on all the stuff that I like to eat, and that was a bummer. Even, it was like a psychological bummer. And then the other thing was fruit became 0 points. Of course, back then we probably said the free word. Angie's back on green. I know I love green. I do. Donna says, drink your water. Maybe it will flush you out. Yeah. Dawn, I need to totally drink my water. It's okay. Whatever, it doesn't matter. It's a fluctuation, guys. No matter what happens, we just keep going. But yeah, so I just remember Points Plus being frustrating. And I had been on such a steady downward trend that to have that change right in the middle of me really doing well on momentum was real sucky. Like, I remember being mad. And a lot of my fellow members were mad that they switched on us when we were doing so well on momentum. And then I remember in the meeting room, sorry if I'm breathing hard, but there's a lot of hills. In the meeting room, I remember the leaders at that time really dissing momentum and turnaround and, you know, those previous plans. And we're like, why are you dissing a plan that so many of us did so well on? Like, it just felt like they were negating all of our progress. And I guess that's when I felt really just sort of let down by Weight Watchers. And then people would argue in the meeting room about, why are you doing the old plan? Why don't you try the new plan? It's based on the newest research. And the answer was, well, the old plan worked great. I've lost 70 pounds. So I don't know. That's the first time that I really felt like Weight Watchers was just changing things for marketing reasons. But the funny thing about all the plans with WW is they all work if you work them. So momentum worked great. I know if you go watch Weight Watcher Girl, she's here on YouTube. She lost like 105 million pounds on Points Plus. And then she gained a lot of it back. And I think she's doing freestyle. I don't know. All right, so that's my ramble. But I will come back and do a review of Points Plus and the materials I have. And you guys let me know if you'd like for me to do a week on Points Plus as a complete newbie, because I have not done that plan. I messed with it for a couple weeks. Then I went back to momentum. Give me a thumbs up on this video if you want to see me do Points Plus and, you know, do some vlogs on it and what I think. Because I know a lot of you guys have thought about going back to that plan or going to iTrack Bites. I don't even know what it's called on iTrack Bites. Maybe carb conscious. And I don't know, have you been successful on Points Plus? That's the other question. You guys give me some feedback, because that's really out of my wheelhouse. I'm not the person to talk to about Points Plus. I've had success on Smart Points Freestyle and the old Momentum plans. And I'm definitely not an expert on any of the exchange plans, Points Plus, Simply Filling, Core. That's not my area. So I'd like to know what you guys think. I want to hear from you all. Elizabeth, hi. You say there are lots of people disillusioned with the current WW. Elizabeth, that has been a trend. And I think it really started when freestyle was introduced, because a lot of people were doing so well on Smart Points. Some of my most favoritist YouTubers were extremely successful on Smart Points, which is now the green plan. I think about Fat Dag. I think about my friend Chit Chat, Patty Whack, Anita. She's done really, really well on the old plan. I think Sandy is doing Smart Points. I do see, and I'm just going to put this out there, I do see a lot of the younger, newer channels, the young girls, doing really well on freestyle. And I don't know. I don't have any evidence. This is just a theory. I don't know if that's a metabolism thing or I just don't get it. I tend to blame myself and say that maybe I'm just not understanding. But I'll tell you right now, on freestyle, this is what happens every time is I tend to eat through my weeklies and then I'm just at a standstill. And that's what happened when I did it before. How are you? Morning. Good morning. So we will just have to see kind of tomorrow where we're at and hang with it for another week, because I really do want to give it a fair shot. Lou, okay, so, and Lou G is one of my longtime subscribers. I really trust your opinion. You say, yes, my weight stalled for 10 months after freestyle had launched. Had to count calories to get out of the slump. Right. And Lou, are you over the age of 40? I hate to ask you that. I have a theory about freestyle. And I don't know. Listen, I know people can be successful. I think if you figure freestyle out and can work it to work for you. Now remember, I thought a car was coming. Oh no, the car in front of me is on. What was I going to say? Oh, let your weight loss be your guide. Remember, let your weight loss be your guide. So if it's not working and you feel like you've tried to work it every which way and really given it a shot, there's other things you can do. Weight Watchers gives you other plans, which is crazy to think that you have so many options. I'm getting a lot of feedback. Sonia, hi Sonia, says, I am on green plan for the last month and lost 5 pounds. And you're counting calories, right? Okay, so here's my question. If the plans work, why do we need to also count calories? I have somebody else who, Sonia, you're 45, yeah. Heather says, Points Plus worked well for me. Freestyle did not work. I'm 44. So I have a lot of followers. I'm in my 40s as well. So I have a lot of subscribers and followers in the same age range. And it's interesting because a lot of us are on the same page with this. So I read another really good article on fiber this last week, guys, about how over a 5-year time span in one experiment, the control group that increased their fiber weighed 3.5% less than the other people who didn't, increase their fiber. And that's a pretty long study. So, I like to look at that stuff. Angie, yeah, you're almost 47. Angie, you're the same age as me. So, I feel like we shouldn't really have to experiment. But if my channel has shown you anything, it's that I have played with stuff enough to know that some things don't work for me. And I'm about to go in for my yearly and get some more lab work done for my thyroid and all of that stuff, because I'm noticing a significant difference in my energy level and the effort it takes to get weight off, and then also fluid retention, especially cyclical edema. So, like retention at certain times of the month. Yeah, Sonia says, I try to go by points and you lose more when you don't eat weeklies. Right. I really think freestyle is the weeklies. You got to be really careful. Some people can use them, and people like me, it stalls us out. And I know that. So part of my thing is self-control, and we know that you really have to base what you're doing on habits and not self-control, because when you're tired and stressed at the end of the day, you don't have self-control. You're too tired and stressed to rely on self-control. You have to rely on good habits. And because my habits are jacked right now, I don't have good habits in the evening. I'm having some trouble. So I have to establish some good habits, like closing the kitchen. And then the weeklies, they feel like a free-for-all for me. So I feel like, it's evening. I want to relax. I'm stressed. I'm tired. I have weeklies. Why not eat them? Even though I'm not hungry. And I like to just be upfront and honest with you guys with what I'm doing. So maybe if you relate, a healthy habit for me would be to end the day where I say I'm going to end it and use other sources of relaxation and stress relief, like walking, crafting. If I sit in front of the TV, I just want to eat. So I want to snack. And that's where we're having a problem. So anyway, that's just kind of a reflection for you as I have time. Like I said, I wasn't going to walk today because I have so much going on, but I decided to take a little bit out of my day and take care of myself. I hope this motivates you to do the same. I'm going to go now because I'm going up the big hill. But if you like my videos, hit the thumbs up. I would appreciate it. It helps me to know what y'all are into, and it also helps me to know that you're engaged. And it helps me to know that we're all part of the community. All right. Stay in orbit. I'm going up the hill towards home. Have a blessed day, guys. I will see you later. Get out there and get some activity if you need to.